Hello and welcome to today's book chat. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the novel Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. And let me just say I loved this book. That's not necessarily always the best way to start a book review, but it's how I feel and I was excited, and this is definitely my favorite read of 2019 thus far. So, Little Fires Everywhere is set in the community of Shaker Heights in Ohio in the late 1990s, and it follows the story of really four families, focusing most on two, and it is a very apt title. The novel begins with one of the families' homes being burned down, and this happens from little fires being set throughout the house. But of course, as any good title, it goes a lot further than that as the story progresses. And so in the beginning, we're led to believe that this fire is set by the youngest girl in the family of four. And whether or not that's what happened, what really is pressing about this book is not who set the fires, but why and what led to this tragic, but not as tragic as you might imagine, course of events. And so I've read a book before by her and I really liked it, and this one just knocked it out of the park. Her narration is incredible. So something you don't see very often anymore, Little Fires Everywhere is narrated by an omniscient narrator who can go into every character's head, who has the power to know anything he or she wants to know and reveal that to the audience. And so what we get is this intricate exploration of all of these different characters. We get to see aspects of who they are, of what motivates them, of what terrifies them, and the way that their relationships interact. This novel, it was intimate, it was tender, it was intricate, it was complex. It left me, not left, throughout it, I was questioning, I was trying to figure out what I would do in the character's shoes. I was left uncertain that there would be any right choice, but there's so often what happens in life. We have to accept the fact that sometimes there is no right answer. There's maybe just the answer that makes most sense in the moment, or the answer that allows us to sleep at night, or doesn't. And Little Fires Everywhere explores all of that. So again, I never like giving too much of the plot, but we follow four families, and one most specifically is the family of the house that burned down, and it's a couple, and most focused on Mrs. Richardson, the mother, and her four children who are 18, 17, 16, and 15. And Moody at first seems to be the character we're going to follow the most, but as the novel progresses, we see important and significant snippets of all of these characters' lives. Moody is the 16-year-old son who befriends Mrs. Richardson's tenant's daughter, Pearl, and her mother, Mia, is basically as far away as Mrs. Richardson as you can get. And you know what? I'm going too much into the story. You don't need to know all that. What you need to know is this is a book that looks at the bonds of motherhood, that questions what it means to be a mother, how powerful that is, that looks at forgiveness, that looks at trust, that looks at family loyalty and secrets and lies and desperation to make the right choice in impossible situations. And so if all of that doesn't make you interested in this book, then don't even bother. And if you're curious, give it a look. You can read the blurb, you can read some other reviews, you can head over to my website where I'll talk about it just a little bit more in text. So if you want to check that out, charlenecarr.com. When you're over there, you'll also have an opportunity to pick up one of my books for free. And yeah, Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Oh, also, I just learned like 2 days ago that Hulu is picking this up as a TV series starring Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. And unfortunately, I'm in Canada, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it. But if you are, I'd say read the book first, because although I bet the show is going to be awesome, its shows are pretty much never as great as the book. Yes, again, Little Fires Everywhere, favorite book this year. If you pick it up, let me know in the comments, whether you're on my blog or a review site or YouTube. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, because there's so much to talk about for this book. Oh, the conversations. Let's have some. Bye.